Hey everybody, Mark Masters. It's Always Bookin Comedy. Uh, Guest is not here. See if I can track him down real quick. Track them down real quick. I'm gonna send this link. All right. Well, I guess we should kill some time then. I had a busy weekend, 4 shows, 3 nights, pretty fun. In Minnesota. Hey, Mark, in North Carolina. Just did a nice run out there. Did a show in Anaco or Anoka, one of those two. Cute little town, about half an hour outside of Minneapolis. Brewery show, side room. Small crowd, but fun nonetheless. They were good. Fun to work with. And then drove. This is pretty silly, pretty funny. I booked another show with a booker I know in Minnesota, and didn't look at where it was on a map. Like, how big can Minnesota be? Turns out it was 5.5 hours away from Minneapolis. Quite a long drive, basically in Canada. How close to Canada? I had a late lunch in Canada when doing comedy in International Falls, Minnesota. Had some pretty solid Asian food. Thank you, Lahoa, something like that. In Fort something, just north of International Falls. That was a killer show. Amazing. It's at Thunderbird Lodge in International Falls. The Booker did an incredible job. The Booker has been on Always Bookin Comedy. Go check out his episode. Pat DeGeest. Incredible show. Just awesome. I'm pretty sure I broke a merch record. Sold a ton of merch. There were just, you get to these middle of nowhere places, and when people say generous audience, this was a generous audience. I mean, I think I was funny, but they loved everything they were hearing. They were laughing so hard. There was a drunk table pretty close to the stage that was some work to deal with, but Pat did a great job handling it, and I kind of pretended to be frustrated with it from stage just to let the audience know that I was aware of it, but kind of motored on regardless, and just had a great time in International Falls, Minnesota. What a cool place. Very small, very tiny. Went out after the show with some of the audience in Rainier, Minnesota. But I need to catch up on my sleep from a weekend of travel gigs in Minnesota. I don't know if our guest is, excuse me, is going to make it. You know what? Let me just see real quick. I have their cell phone number. I do not. Well, I guess you can see who it is in the title, but I'll not say that. I think we might just wrap this up early. Mark, you got any questions out there? I'll finish up my little Minnesota story after International Falls, where we got a cabin. It was kind of cold. I don't know exactly how cold, but it might have been like 50 degrees in my bedroom. That was a rough night of sleep. That might be why I'm tired now. And then let's see. Then we went off to Duluth, Minnesota. We did 2 shows there. Super fun. Drove back to Minneapolis the next day. Flew home, and that was yesterday. Now I'm back in Colorado. I got shows all week with Eddie Ift. Pretty excited about that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll wait. I mean, I'll stick around till I'll give her 7 minutes. How about that? So that's another 2.5 minutes I got to kill here. We do have somebody else online streaming. If you want to ask a question, just type it in. We'd love to hear your questions. But as of this moment, Alyx Libby from Atlanta, Georgia is She confirmed last week, but is not online. It's possible she's having some tech issues, so we'll give her about 90 more seconds, and then we'll just end this episode early. This will be a record for the shortest episode ever. Let's see, what else can I tell you? In International Falls, they have a 26-foot tall Smokey the Bear statue made out of wood. Pretty adorable. Smokey the Bear Park. How cute is that? Right near the border. Coming back across the border, we got roasted by U.S. Customs. They asked what the heck we were doing in International Falls, and we explained we were doing comedy, and the customs agent or security, border patrol, whatever, said, well, you guys don't look very funny. So we got roasted by Ruffian, I think was his last name. I said, that was pretty rough, Ruffian. Anyways, question from the internets. How much stage? Boy, we got 3 people on now. Ask some questions out there, people. We'll keep it going. Otherwise, we're going to stop early because Alyx Libby from Atlanta, Georgia is no show. I guess we could try and reschedule her in the future if she wants. It would be great to have an Atlanta comic in here. How much stage time did you get? Quite a lot. I headlined all 4 shows. So I was gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, came back Sunday. So 3 nights, 4 days, 4 shows, 3 cities. Cities is an exaggeration, 3 towns. First night, I think I did 45. Second night, I might have done an hour, 50 minutes, something like that. And the third night, I did 45 at each show. So call that, and I would have to, about 3 hours total stage time over 4 shows. I would have done longer at the back-to-back shows on Saturday night, but we had it was kind of like a booking kerfluffle, and there was an extra comic on the show. So I just gave away some of my time, which was fine by me. I didn't need, you get, I want to be up there long enough in that closing position so people remember me and have a good time and want to buy some merch, but I don't need to be up there forever. People have short attention spans these days. So I can definitely do an hour, but not every audience wants to see an hour from somebody. All right. So if nobody else online has any questions, we'll wrap this up early. I'll send Alyx a note right after I close this down. Mark, thanks for the question. That was great. And one other comment from Mark in North Carolina. There was a decent documentary to Acme that is in Minnesota, I think. We'll hopefully catch up with Alyx Libby another time. Why don't I tell you who's coming up next week? In one last ditch hope that Alyx makes an appearance, but I don't think so. Shortest episode. Oh, we got Bailey Pope next week. How fun, from Brooklyn, New York. Runs an incredible show in Brooklyn. That's going to be a great episode. So definitely come back next Monday. That must be February 26th, if I can do the math. See you, everybody. Have a good night. Bye-bye.